Hi everybody, and welcome back to another Minecraft Realms episode. Now, as usual, we begin this video on my back terrace. And I'm not sure if I spoke about these vines or not, but these things, they allow me to climb up and down so I can access the beach. Whoa there. I can access the beach without having to go all the way through my house. And I wasn't entirely sure how this house would work out when I built it, but it's worked out pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. And it's nighttime here in Patronville, and it's a very nice night. The moon is bright. So let's head down to the post office and see if I have any mail. I doubt it, but it's always a good habit to check. Now we need to look both ways to make sure that there aren't any cars coming. It seems to be okay. So there's the postmaster, son of HD. And here is the mailbox room. Now, eventually, there will be more of these mailbox rooms, but for now, this is the only one. And this is my mailbox right here. And there's nothing new. So in this episode, we're going to be riding some roller coasters. And we'll start off with one that I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And that is this roller coaster right here. Now this is R's Crazy Coaster, and I've recently made a slight modification to this roller coaster with his permission, and well, I'll explain more about that when we get to the top. Now I don't have a food item, but we are in creative mode, so let's get a cake. Press button to dispense a minecart. Well, there's already one on the track. So let's just jump in. After getting in, press button and hold forward to launch the minecart. So without any further ado, let's go. And well, that didn't work. let's go fix that stretch. We didn't quite have enough power to make it up the hill. I'm not sure why. Now, where was that hill? Right here. Yeah. Let's get rid of this piece of track. Let's put a powered rail right there. That should solve the problem. Now let's head back to the minecart. Let's push it back a little ways. Let's jump in. Try this again. It's funny that that didn't work. I wrote it earlier today and it worked perfect. And some sections of this roller coaster are meant to be fast, and other sections are meant to be slow, so that the rider gets a scenic view of the city. Like here, for instance. And down we go. Here's another scenic part. You can see some workers in the professional center. What the? Did you guys see that? Looked like somebody got murdered back there. There was a head and a skull and some blood and what looked like a saw. Yeah, there it is. That's crazy. And around this corner we'll get ejected from the minecart. And it goes way down to the bottom of the track. Now things have changed a little bit up here. Perhaps you recall that there used to be a staircase up to the roof. And over here used to be the elevator to the lobby, which was kind of a trick. It was just a trap door that you stand on, and it drops you down to the basement, where you have to ride the cart back up to the lobby. Well, since then, I built this elevator. And that is why the first few turns of this roller coaster may be different than you recall. I had to move the first several turns outwards to make room for this elevator. And this goes back to the lobby, and now the cart makes its way back up here all by itself. Now, R gave his permission for me to make this modification. But what I'm about to show you next was just a bit of a brainwave that I had today. Now, R hasn't seen this yet, and depending on if he likes it or not, this may be the only time that you ever see this. But originally, when he constructed this building, he built the roof out of those purple blocks. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but now he used to like them, but over time they kind of fell out of his favor. And the roof was supposed to be an observation deck. So today I took the liberty of getting rid of all of the purple blocks. And I built a proper observation deck. Now I left all this space open so that if he does wish to keep this around, he can build whatever he wants up here. Maybe some tables and chairs, or maybe a little food stall, maybe to sell burgers and fries and drinks. And this is the observation deck portion. And it does provide a very nice view of the city, especially at night. And the sun is setting, so maybe we'll just stay up here for a little bit and take a look at the city when the sun goes down. That's a polished black stone slab ceiling. And I used the same kind of design with the end rods as I did in the bowling alley. So you can see the sun setting over top of labs. Down there is the hangar that houses the blimp. And there's the baseball stadium. Right next to labs is the hospital. And there's the office tower. Citizens of Patronville can develop entire floors in that building. There's Son of HD's Wizard Tower and Cosba's fitness center. It's a gymnasium. There's the church and the bank. There's Vav Apartments and the City Hall. Then next to City Hall is a specialty shop that sells rare items. There's the condominium building. That actually used to be my, well, it is my commercial building. I built what was going to be a bank, and then R didn't want to be the only skyscraper in town, so I built a kind of a glass tower. And eventually I got tired of having the only useless skyscraper in town, so I kind of redeveloped it. But I do like this area quite a bit. Doesn't really matter what I think of it, though. It is R's building. So if he doesn't like this, I dare say it won't last the week. But being green instead of purple, I dare say he might like it better than what used to be up here. And it does give a very nice view of the city. Yeah, the city really is starting to take off. I remember when the city was less than a quarter of the size it is now. The old wall ran right along where the jungle trees are. I don't really want to call them the good old days, but let's head back down. So up until very recently, this was the only roller coaster in town. But not so anymore. Let's head down to City Hall. once again, need to look both ways and make sure that there aren't any cars coming. We seem to be okay. For those of you wondering what these are, they're just statues. Originally, the sculpture built these with R's head where this is, but it just looked too creepy. So he replaced them with this block. I think he was going for an atlas type of deal. And I must admit I do like these sculptures quite a bit. Now, this is a City Hall directory. Kind of shows where everything is. So the mayor's office is in the penthouse. My office is on the lower main floor, along with the elevators and the message board. Now these are all the subterranean levels. So on level 1 are the nether and end portals, the food pantry, the garden and the farms, and the city zombie spawner. And the level 1 subway services the Eastern Ravine and the 5 Star Ravine. And I don't know if I've ever really talked about the origin of the name, the 5 Star Ravine. That ravine, well, let's go, we'll head over there and I'll show you why I call it the 5 Star Ravine. But on level 2 is the armory, library, the council offices. And the level 2 subway services Labs City and the old shipwreck mine, along with the underground village. On level 3 is the city court and the remand center. And the level 3 subway services the Patronville apiary and the Diamond Club Casino. Level 4 is undeveloped as of this publishing. And the level 4 subway services the hockey arena. So let's head on over to the 5 Star Ravine, because I have had several comments on why the 5 Star Ravine is called what it is. The Eastern Ravine is just a ravine in the east, so that is pretty much self-explanatory. But the 5 Star Ravine is named because of its resemblance to a 5-pointed star. So, if this is the center of the star, There's one branch going that way. There's a bit of a glitch going on there, but one branch going straight ahead, one going to the right, one going that way, one going that way, and one going that way. I guess there's a bit of a pass going through here, so perhaps the 6 Star Ravine would have been a more appropriate name, but just doesn't have the same ring to it. So yeah, if you were wondering why this was called the 5 Star Ravine, you have your answer. This just goes back up to the blimp. Let's jump back in the minecart, or this subway rather, and make our way back to the station. Now, I said we were going to ride roller coasters in this episode, and the city subway hardly classifies as a roller coaster. So let's head down a level. Here's level 1. Let's go down to level 2. And head over to the underground village. Now this is a bit of a longer subway. Compared to the other subway lines, this one is kind of in the middle of the road, distance-wise. But it is a fairly long subway. Now I did have some help building this line from DeSoto and I believe R and also Mason helped with this one. So it didn't take horribly long. So here we are in the underground village subway station. And if we look out here, we can see some minecart track. Now this is a new attraction for the underground village. The Runaway Miner roller coaster. So that's the wrong way, so we need to go this way. Cart must be on first powered rail next to buttons. Well, it appears that it is, so let's get in. Remain seated at all times. Keep hands inside vehicle. Press button and hold forward. Right then. Let's go. I can feel my stomach drop to my feet. Oh boy. What do you say we go one more time? This time maybe I'll keep the screen stationary. Not too shabby. Very nice. Now I know that there are plenty of really, really cool Minecraft roller coaster builds. This isn't anywhere close to being on the level of any of those. But it's not too bad. And it's quite a bit of fun to ride. Now there's Granny, and she's sleeping right now. If I ring this bell, I can wake her up. Not too sure what she's doing, so we'll just kind of exit stage left and leave her to it. Wouldn't mind maybe stopping for a pick-me-up, but it doesn't look like the bartender wants to serve me for some reason. It's kind of strange. Now here is the horse racing track. Now this is a pretty large room. And the funny thing is, we built this track and we haven't ever had a race here yet. So one of these days we're gonna have to make use of this track. Yeah, mining out that room was not fun. It was not fun at all. Let's head back to City Hall. Let's leave a message on the message board. Let's just say Patronville horse race to be determined, or maybe date to be determined. So that should get the ball rolling, hopefully. So maybe in the next video we will be able to have a horse race. And everybody in Patronville has their own horse. So it would be very neat to get everybody out for a race. But there's no doubt in my mind who the winner will be. This guy, right here. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Happy trails.